Hello and welcome to Revenge of the Drive-In. We're not sure right now when we're recording this is going to be a podcast episode or just a Patreon thing or just something I end up throwing in the trash. But we are currently, as we near the completion of Season 2, we've got, I think, 4 more episodes to do, which includes the recap, so 3 more pairings of movies. Goodness. We're going to be doing a draft of our random number generator draft of our Season 3 movies. I'm aiming, I think we'll go the same as this season. We're going 25 episodes, but the last 3 episodes are going to be, one of them will be Jim, you and we pick a movie, just like we're going to do in Season 2 here. We're going to have one where our patrons on Patreon pick a movie, and then we're going to have a Season 3 recap. So really, we're looking for 22 pairings.
Okay.
But we're actually looking for 21 because I have a pairing that was originally going to be in Season 2, but then we shortened the season, and I already talked to a guest about it. He was interested. It's been so long, because I still wanted to do this episode, but it's been so long, so if he doesn't want to do it or won't be able to do it, we'll still do the episode, but it'll be you and me. But I have that right now as our 3rd episode of the 3rd season. The reason I have that is because we are aiming for October being our first 2 episodes, just like it was in Season 2. Ideally, I want 4 horror movies.
Okay.
Jim, I will leave it up to you if that means we can cheat. But the reason I bring that up, because we also have, I was just discussing with Jim, we have our own built-in cheating system here because we have veto power, but the veto power is very limited. We have 1,867 movies here in this list. Obviously, a number of them that we've done, we don't erase them from the list, we just put them in bold. And that's important for, let's say, a Friday the 13th or a Halloween or something, because if we land on one of those movies that we've already done, we can just do the next movie in the series. Mm-hmm. So the veto power, we pick a number on the random number generator here, and then the veto power gives us the power to take one of the movies adjacent to it, immediately adjacent to it. Or if the case is that the movie immediately adjacent to it was a movie we've already done, then we just go one movie up or down or whatever from there. So we have a limited veto power. Is that a decent enough description? I know the folks listening to us won't be seeing the list, but hopefully that at least makes sense. The list is chronological, so starting with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, 1931, because it's also alphabetical within the year, and ending so far with Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022, which, I think we might end the podcast if we end up talking about that movie. But, I mean, to be fair, if we roll on that we haven't covered a Texas Chainsaw movie yet, so we would just do the first Texas Chainsaw movie, or if you ask me, the only Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie worth watching or talking about. I understand not a lot of people agree with me on that, but I'm right. So, without much further ado, Jim, let's roll this first number.
Roll the dice, baby.
So, our number is 1454. So that's going to be a 90s or a 2000s movie?
54.
1454.
Oh, I just passed it. Sugar.
Unbreakable.
Oh, Unbreakable.
Or, now, I mentioned the horror thing, the wanting to do a horror for the first couple weeks.
Yeah.
Because if we use veto power, we get either Scream, because it would be Scream 3, or Urban Legend. I vote Urban Legend, but I'm not offended if... The reason I don't vote Scream is... my friend Josh loves Scream, so Scream would probably be a guest episode. So I don't want to take that away from you. So that's why I vote Urban Legend, but I'm not offended if we do Unbreakable. Just throwing that out there.
You know what? I'll give it to you. Let's do
Urban Legend. Okay, so because this is Urban Legend's final cut, so we are doing the first Urban Legend film from 1998, which you'll find in your handy missile there, in your daily missile at number 1421. All right. Okay, so it's a little, those of you listening, it's a little see how the sausage is made here, because we make the decision of what We pick the movies, and then we figure out what's going to go first or second. So this next number, 813.
Oh my goodness, that's got to be from the
That's 80s,
70s.
Okay, that is. We landed on First Blood, which we've done, so that could mean we're doing Rambo 2. Or it could mean, if we use veto power, we're doing Fast Times at Ridgemont High or Forbidden World. You're a Forbidden World fan, aren't you? Or are you a Galaxy of Terror fan? I get those two mixed up.
Forbidden World. I like Forbidden World.
I'll let you pick. Which one do you want?
Let's do Forbidden World.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, between these two, I think Urban Legend is the first film.
I agree.
It's a bigger, more modern movie, so Forbidden World is the B-side, I think, here. All right, moving on. Episode 3.2. The number, 1086. This is going to be late 80s, I think. 1086. Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, which means we're doing Halloween 3. This will be the last episode we release before Halloween. I think Halloween 3 is perfect. What do you say?
Yeah, I'm fine with Halloween 3.
Yeah, I don't think Heather's or Hairspray makes for a great Halloween episode release. Okay, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Okay, next one. 238.
Ooh.
It's going to be a 60s movie.
Man, you know this so well.
Well, I've looked at this list a lot, and part of the reason we're committing this and we're recording
The Curse
this.
of the Mummy's Tomb.
Oh, okay, so that would be the Mummy 1959 then. Because that's the Hammer Mummy. I'm good with that.
Yeah, I think that would...
Okay, the Mummy 1959, which is numbered 168. Okay. I think the Mummy's the A-side. Halloween 3 is so out there. I think that's a second feature. The Mummy is The Mummy is a classy classic horror movie. You know, I think Halloween 3 is just a weird movie. So episode 3 has already been selected, and for those of you curious, we are doing The Delta Force, the Chuck Norris film, and Young Rebels, the Amir Shervan Robert Zadar action film. So if the guest doesn't work out, Jim, I'm sure we'll have a blast with that one. So
I'm sure.
Okay. But anyways, I was going to say, part of the reason why we're recording this is because I've played around with this, and I'll like draft movies, but then after a while I kind of get sick of these, and if I'm bored, then I'll go back and like erase them. Like, I want to commit this. I want to be locked into what I've done now. I don't want to finagle with this anymore, which is part of the reason why I know that where the numbers take us so well. 634.
What time period, Patrick?
It's gonna be late 70s, early 80s.
Eaten Alive, 1977.
It's okay.
I have
you know
never
what?
heard of this.
Well, that's a Tobe Hooper movie. I think it's his first movie after Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Robert Englund's in it. There's an alligator. I think it's about cannibalism. Maybe just the alligator eats people alive. Here's the thing, though.
Okay.
I vote for a veto. I don't have anything against Eaten Alive, but look what we're next to. Emmanuel in America.
Oh.
Well, listen. Don't you dare sound intrigued, because I we need to get going on the Emmanuel movies.
Okay.
That's a Band-Aid we need to rip off.
Okay.
Now, Emmanuel in America is one of the black Emmanuel movies. Note the 1M rather than the 2. The 2 M's are the official Emmanuels. So since that is a ripoff, I think we're going to do Emmanuel from 1974. And Jim, I will take lead on this movie because I don't want you to be burdened with this, because it's
fine.
It's something. This is one of those things you would have been watching on TV when you were 12 years old, I guess, around the time you saw Deathstalker.
Yeah,
all right.
Exactly.
Emmanuel, because we needed to get to the Emmanuel, because there's so many. Because I have the Emmanuel in Space series on there. I mean, there's like dozens of Emmanuel movies on there because there's so many ripoffs. And yes. I find the Emmanuel phenomenon fascinating to me. I just do. Okay.
Well, wasn't there a joke about it in Seinfeld too? Or no?
Yeah, Rochelle, which is the one woman's erotic journey from Milan to Minsk.
Yeah.
That's the movie that's a play on Emmanuel. There's a joke about it in Psych. Anyways, 529.
529.
This is Bruce Lee, A Dragon Story. Given that it's 1974 and Bruce Lee was already dead, I'm thinking this is a Bruceploitation flick. What do you think?
I think it is. I think it is, man.
So are we taking it?
We should. We have to, right?
We do. I have a hard time turning down Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia because that's a movie I've been wanting to see for just a long time because I went to high school with a guy named Alfredo Garcia. But it's tough to turn down. Well, here's the thing. I'm going to... Do you have... Pull up Tubi. Because I want to, because some of these picks might be a little bit dependent on availability.
Well, but it also might change by the time we get
there. It could change, but if it's on Tubi, that means it's not impossible. Some of these movies might not have anything beyond like VHS releases. I don't think this would necessarily be the case with Bruce Lee: A Dragon Story.
Oh, hold on, I have to sign in. Apparently.
Okay, it's got a Wikipedia page. That's a good start. This is a Bruce Lee movie.
It is, yeah. Oh, hold on.
Oh, fuck. I was just listening to the podcast on this movie today. That was with this. Okay, yeah. It's a fake biopic. Yeah, I'm excited about this movie. I think this is our A movie. I mean, Emmanuel, I'm sure, was a bigger movie, but Emmanuel's a B movie. I don't care.
What am I
B
looking
side.
at again? Bruce?
Don't worry about it. We're doing it.
Okay.
We'll find a way. All right, episode 3.5. That's gonna be a weird episode. Bruceploitation.
Wait, hold on a second. I just typed in Bruce Lee on Tubi, and I have Bruce Lee, the legend.
Yeah,
Bruce
it's gonna
Lee
have
Tracking the Dragon and the clones of Bruce Lee.
The clones of Bruce Lee. I saw. It's that's referred to as the Mount Rushmore of Bruceploitation because it's got like 3 or 4 of the big Bruceploitation actors in it. Okay, next movie. 1483.
Oh, okay, hold on. Before I look that up, I'm looking at another Bruce Lee movie. Bruce Lee Fights Back from the Grave.
That one you pointed out because that was, I think...
Did I point that out?
Yeah, because the actor, the guy who played like the evil ninja in Enter the Ninja was in that movie, and you made note of that, and I'm like, I saw that too. I immediately put that on our list when I saw that title. Okay.
Sorry, what's the number again?
1483, which puts us on The Ring 2002, which, given that's a remake, that would give us Ringu. You in the mood for Ringu? I'm in the mood. I could go for some Ringu.
That's another Japanese horror movie there.
Yeah.
We haven't done one of those since what, Audition?
If you count Godzilla. Godzilla's a sci-fi horror. It's not Godzilla's not a J horror movie, but it's sort of a Japanese horror movie, kind of. It's a horror movie that is Japanese, sort of. 116. It's a 50s movie, going to be.
It is Carnival Rock.
Oh, Jesus.
1957.
That's one of those I don't know what the fuck it is.
I already got Google open.
Yeah, I think I've seen that on Tubi, but I mean, I haven't watched it. But it's a Roger Corman directed effort. Dick Miller's in it. Susan Cabot, a.k.a. the Wasp Woman, is in it. The Platters are in it. Okay.
A movie about a rundown nightclub on a carnival pier and its owner's love for the club star who has eyes for someone else.
That's kind of exactly what I would think it would
romance.
Be. I'm using a veto to go Curse of Frankenstein because we need to get going on the Hammer series. I'll put Ringu as I think the first movie. Curse of Frankenstein is the B-side. Although I think that one those are both A movies, though. I think we can determine that because that one could go either way, just like Emmanuel and Bruce Lee: A Dragon Story. All right, 1437.
1437. This is like playing bingo.
Yeah, there's a little NBA draft lottery to it. The World Is Not Enough. Okay, so this means we're doing Thunderball because we've done Goldfinger. Okay, Thunderball. Or depending on when this is released on Patreon, maybe we will be doing Goldfinger in the near future. I don't know. Thunderball, 1965. Okay. Let's go to this really weird one here. 514.
That's got to be like in the 50s or no, in the 80s, right?
Story of a Cloistered Nun. Oh, fuck. I'm vetoing. I'm going Soylent Green.
What is it?
It's a nunsploitation movie. What do you think it is? I mean, it's on there for a reason, but it's like, oh, I'm just not in the mood. Oh, I'm looking it up. It's an Italian nunsploitation movie. I'm just not feeling it.
With Thunderball.
I say we do Soylent Green. because I think
Okay.
the other one that we could veto for is the student teachers. That I think that's an Italian sex comedy. I'm not sure, but let's go Soylent Green. And
Okay.
Thunderball's the clear
Oh,
A
wow.
side here.
And yeah, of course, I agree.
All right,
Dude,
3
my-
points. Storybook Cloister Nun. I want to avoid. I mean, we have to get to the nunsploitation of weird sexploitation stuff eventually. I like that we're kind of starting with Emmanuel because those are movies I'm familiar with. Because there's a lot of rabbit holes in those kinds of genres that I don't know if I'm ready for.
Yeah.
I've never seen like a true Nazi exploitation movie. We've got some of them on our list, like that kind of stuff. Like I don't know if I'm, you know.
I mean,
We'll have to get there. We'll have to get there at some point, but it's a process. 641.
641, eh?
The giant spider invasion. Or we could go, speaking of if we veto this, which I'm not going to, but we could go the Gestapo's Last Orgy. I just mentioned the Nazi exploitation. Or we could go Goodbye Emmanuel, which is Emmanuel 3, which means we would do Emmanuel 2. But I'm happy with the Wisconsin shot giant spider invasion.
Oh man, I really want to use my veto, but you know what? I'm gonna give it to you. If it's shot
This
in Wisconsin,
could
I'm gonna
be
give it
this
to you.
could be a guest movie as well, because one of the guests I've had, two of the guests I've had are big Mystery Science Theater fans. That this
Okay.
has been a Mystery Science Theater movie.
You know, I genuinely would have vetoed this if you had not said it was from
Was shot in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like,
No,
okay,
it's
well,
the same filmmaker as Twister's Revenge. It's that guy, Billy
Oh.
Rain.
Maybe I should have vetoed it.
No. Well, hey, maybe my friend Sean will end up doing this episode, especially if we get a Godzilla movie or something. 1687,
Very good year.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
How'd you get
That
there
me-
so fast?
Because I had the number up before I told you, and I was scrolling already, which means 1968 Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I mean, it's a classic. Plus, that's a long series. We need to get that series started. You know, we haven't done an Apes movie yet. So Planet of the Apes and the Giant Spider Invasion.
I guess Planet of the Apes would be first.
Oh, definitely. Giant
Yeah.
Spider Invasion's a piece of shit, of course.
You know,
Speaking of other movies I added recently, so I was telling you before we started recording, I put a few of the fake Bruce Lee movies on the list. Not many of them. I limited that, and I realized there was just overall a lack of grandpa action, so I needed to put more. I mean, there was the Charles Bronson stuff, but I needed to. I didn't have any of the Taken movies or the Liam Neeson stuff. I also didn't have the Kingdom of the Spiders on there, which is the William Shatner. It's the William Shatner monster movie that's got giant spiders in it, so I had to add that. Which I, for all my life, got that mixed up with Night of the Lepus because it's McCoy is in Night of the Lepus,
Yeah.
Kirk is in Kingdom of the Spiders, I guess. Okay, 1300.
Wow, even. It's a. I just passed it.
Okay,
The
it's
Dallas
the Dallas Connection. That is an Andy Sedaris produced film. I don't believe he directed it. Or we could do The Crow, or we could do Death Wish 5, which means we would be doing the first Death Wish movie. I'm okay with the Dallas Connection, but I have no problem doing the first Death Wish movie.
I was gonna say I'm gonna veto it and let's do the first Death Wish. I have
Yeah.
no clue as to what the Dallas Connection is.
I'm not wild about The Crow. I mean, it's a fine movie, but we're just going to talk about how Brandon Lee died. So let's instead talk about how it looks like Charles Bronson is dead while he's on screen. So let's go Death Wish, 1974. Yeah, I'm happy with that veto. 1347.
Pretty.
So we go back to the 90s.
Oh, come on.
Ooh, Halloween, The
Halloween.
Curse of Michael Myers producer's cut specifically. Because I have two different Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers on here because they are different enough movies. I do believe that they're genuinely different experiences. So that means we would be doing Halloween 4. Are you cool with that? Or do you want a veto for Ice Cream Man?
I thought about it.
No. First of all, Ice Cream Man is Ice Cream Man. If we have Ice Cream Man, that I'll probably do that with Feck anyways because he's a big Clint Howard fan. So
Gotcha. Okay.
I think
yeah.
that's a
Then-
Halloween 4.
Yeah, then I'm fine with Halloween 4.
And I think it could go either way, these movies being the first or second feature. Because Death Wish is kind of like exploitation-y, rapey, but, Halloween's a slasher movie. It could go either way.
No, we just did our episode on Deathstalker.
Did I say Deathstalker?
No.
I said rapey, though. Yeah, okay. I'm going to put Halloween 4 first, but we can walk that back and change our mind later on.
Okay, yeah.
Halloween 4, The Curse of Michelle Myers. Okay. Episode 3.9. 892.
Oh, I'm moving. 892 is...
Crimes of Passion. Wish we could veto and get another Emmanuel movie. The Emmanuel, we can't leave Emmanuel. It keeps following us.
I'm fine with Crimes of Passion.
Or we could do Conan. We could do Conan. Crimes of Passion, what is it?
Well,
I picture it being a neurotic thriller.
I feel like that's
title.
what it is.
It is.
It's
a 1984 erotic thriller directed by Ken Russell, Ken Russell makes some weird fucking movies, starring Kathleen Turner, Anthony Perkins, and John Laughlin. The film explores themes of human relationships and mental illness.
You know, I'm gonna veto it for Conan. Conan the Barbarian.
Conan. So we're doing the first Conan movie then. So Conan the Barbarian. Okay. Yeah, I don't have. I don't. That's a movie I just don't really know anything about. Crimes of Passion. I know it's if it's a Ken Russell movie, it's going to be weird. I don't know if I want to see a truly weird sex, like erotic thriller. I feel like those can be pretty straightforward plot wise, but like Ken Russell just like weird. He did the movie Tommy, if you've ever seen that. That's like a weird psychedelic.
No, I haven't.
He also did The Devils, which is like one of the most controversial films of all time. It's good though. He's a good filmmaker. But okay, I'm okay with Conan. Excuse me. 318.
Oh, I'm not even on the thing. I feel like this is a race almost.
Ultraman.
What is that? What year did
it come out? It's a Japanese like kaiju superhero thing. I'm vetoing it and I'm going Valley of the Dolls.
Okay, I'm fine.
Or we could do This Night I'll Possess Your Corpse, which is actually a sequel. So it would be, I think, At Midnight I'll Take Your Soul is the first movie. But I'm going Valley of the Dolls.
I'm fine with that.
And I'm going Conan as the A feature here. But I think this one could go either way. Valley of the Dolls was a big movie, but I don't know. Arnold isn't going to be second billed in our double features too often, so I think our first Arnold feature he's got to be the first. Episode 310, 242. It's gonna be a Godzilla movie, isn't it? It is. It's Ghidorah, the three-headed monster. It's the 60s, and there's a lot of Godzilla movies in there. We could veto it and get You Only Live Twice, or for a few dollars more, because we're right smack in the middle of A Fistful of Dollars and Goldfinger. But
or First Men in the Moon, or a Hard
I don't know what that is. Hard Day's Night would be fun, but
I'm fine with doing Godzilla.
You got to do Mothra versus Godzilla. Yeah. We gotta, which is the Mothra and Ghidorah, Mothra versus Godzilla, Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, both 1964 films, but Mothra came out first. That's number 248. Also, as you know, I have a Godzilla expert in my contacts who has guested on our show. So this is any Mothra and any Godzilla episode potential for it depends on what the next movie is sometimes. And the next movie is number 1173. Because I don't think he would turn down the giant spider invasion. Ooh. Arachnophobia.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm fine with doing that.
If we take Arachnophobia, I'll tell you what. Let's do Arachnophobia.
Okay.
Which I'm pretty sure my friend has covered Arachnophobia on his podcast. So this is going to be a you episode, I think, because I could be wrong about that, though, but Arachnophobia is the first billing here. Mothra, Godzilla, yeah. Although, as far as Godzilla movies go, Mothra versus Godzilla would be one I would feel comfortable putting as a first billing, as opposed to like some of the weirder ones or later ones, but it's Arachnophobia. John Goodman's in it. So episode 311, 1438. I think we got this number before, didn't we?
Unless we're looking at it?
No, 14? We didn't.
What is it?
It's Baise-moi.
Okay.
Which means fuck me, I believe.
Oh.
We are also smack dab in the middle of two movies that I would gladly veto for. We could get You Only Live Twice because we're right next to The World Is Not Enough. Or we could get Blair Witch Project because we're right next to Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2. Heads up, one of the guests I've had is a huge Blair. He's told me that Blair Witch Project might be his favorite movie. So if we do Blair Witch potential guest episode,
let's do Blair Witch then for a potential guest episode.
And again, it depends on what we do, what we get next time. But yeah, okay, the Blair Witch. I mean, that's Blair Witch Project. So it's a formative modern horror film. Blair Witch Project is so. 1394. Face Off.
I don't think it would go well, but I'd love.
I
to
don't
talk
care
about
how it
Face
goes
Off.
well with because honestly, all three of these because Face Off's amazing. We're taking Face Off. I'm not vetoing that, even though the two movies surrounding it are kind of exciting too. Face Off is the A movie. Blair Witch Project's the B. I think that's pretty clear. Face Off is like a blockbuster type movie. I mean, Blair Witch Project kind of was a blockbuster too, but in the most unconventional way. Episode 3.12. 311.
Ooh,
We're going back to the 60s, I think.
You've been looking at this list too much.
The Mummy's Shroud, which I would have to look up off the top of my head, which was the first Mummy sequel, because we already have the Mummy 1959. And if we veto it, we're getting Mondo Hollywood, which I'm vetoing all Mondo movies, at least in the near future. Do you know what the Mondo movies are? Okay, it was like a fittingly because we just had Blair Witch Project. Mondo was kind of like a faux documentary style, which I think it originated in Italy, and it kind of like tricked a lot of people into thinking some of the movies were snuff films, and there was like a lot of sex and stuff. It's like, yeah, I'm just not in the mood for a Mondo movie. So let me look at what is the first Mummy we get after 1959, because that's probably going to be the Mummy we're taking, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That is The Curse of the Mummy's Tomb, which is ironically the one that we landed on earlier. The Curse of the Mummy's Tomb, so that's 1964. I don't think I've seen that one. I think I've only seen the first of the Hammer Mummy movies. 1151.
1151, you say? Oops. That is Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2.
No, it's not. 1151?
Oh, sorry, I'm looking at 1051. Damn it.
Yeah. It's Pet Sematary. Or we veto it and get Nightwish, or we veto it and get Puppet Master 2, because we're right next to Puppet Master, which is my vote, because there's like
Puppet
20
Master 2,
Puppet Master movies. We need to get going on that series.
Yeah, let's get boogieing with Puppet Master.
All right, Puppet Master 2, 1990, has been selected. That is the B movie to The Curse of the Mummies 2.
It will always be the B movie to whatever it's on.
Not necessarily. I mean, there's a world where we pair up a Puppet Master movie. I mean, we're probably only the next one or two Puppet Master movies after that are movies that I could imagine potentially being a first feature. But it all depends on what it's paired with, because if it's paired with Bruceploitation or like or one of the Mondo movies, like I was saying, like I don't know, I may put Puppet Master 2 over Mondo Cane. 909.
909. Repo Man.
Repo Man.
Yeah, I'm fine with doing Repo Man.
I like the ones around it too, but yeah, I'm not going to turn down Repo Man. I mean, Rat's Night of Terror is a classic schlock movie, and then we could do another Godzilla movie, but I'm good with Repo Man. Okay, next one. Repo Man gives us some flexibility too, where it's like it's a proper second feature, but it was big enough of a movie. It's well known enough a movie to be the first feature. So
hold on a second before you tell me the next number. What the fuck is Patrick?
I haven't rolled the next number.
The Perils of Gwendolyn in the Land of the Yik Yak.
Okay, that was a relatively recent addition, and I think it. Okay, it's got a Wikipedia page.
Get out of here.
It's a French action comedy.
Okay.
It's directed by, I think this is the reason I added, Tawny Kitaen is in it. Kitaen, however you pronounce that name.
Yeah, I don't know.
Gorgeous woman. She was in the Whitesnake music videos back in the day. She was in Witchboard. And it's also directed by the director of Emmanuel, and who I want to draw attention to. I'm sure we'll talk about this when we do our Emmanuel episode, but I think he's Dutch, but his name, or he's French, but it's like a Dutch spelling of a name. His name, I'm sure it's pronounced Just, but his first name is J-U-S-T, and his last name is J-A-E-C-K-I-N, which at first glance makes it look like his name is Just Jackin', and that's so fitting for a director of softcore pornography like the Emmanuel series. That's one of my favorite things about the Emmanuel movies. But anyway, so Just Jackin'. I'm sure it's used, but I'm going to call him Just Jackin' when we do the Emmanuel episode. All right. Okay, next number, 657.
657. It is...
Oh, God. This is another Just Jackin' movie, I think.
What is going on?
I think this is a Just Jackin' movie.
No.
Let me look it up.
No.
It's this.
Dude, if it is,
No,
we
it's not, but it's very much in the Emmanuel vein. Maybe Just Jackin' did Young Lady Chatterley too. He didn't. Okay, they're both Alan Roberts.
Well, look at the movies next to it: Voodoo, Passion, and Animal House.
I vote Animal House.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd veto for Animal House.
We have Emmanuel covered. We've got the softcore sexploitation. We've got at least one movie coming up this season of that. We don't necessarily need a Young Lady Chatterley in there. And I haven't seen Animal House in a while. I think Animal House is the A movie. Repo Man.
Yeah.
It's a bigger hit. It's more of an R-rated movie though too, so I think it could go either way. But I like an Animal House A, Repo Man B. All right, 3.14. 1653.
The Cabin in the Woods, 2012. I'm fine with doing that.
Yeah, I don't really feel like Bring Me the Head of the Machine Gun Woman. Yeah, Cabin in the Woods.
I mean, Django's next to it. But
yeah, fuck Django.
Okay.
I'm not doing Django. I don't like Django Unchained that much.
Yeah, it's probably my least favorite one.
1381. Other than Death Proof, right?
Death Proof, I think I enjoy more than Django, if I'm honest.
Really?
Yeah.
This one you're a fan of, The Rock.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, baby.
We're doing The Rock. Okay. Which it's right next to Scream, though. We could take Scream, but I know you like The Rock, so I'm not going to turn it down.
What's that line? I'll be the one to go home and fuck the prom queen.
I don't know if I've ever even seen The Rock. Okay, between Cabin in the Woods and The Rock, what's the A feature? It's probably The Rock, right?
The Rock, yeah.
They're both those are both true A features, though.
Yeah, but The Rock had Sean
Connery, Nick Cage. Is Cusack in that, or is he in He's in Con Air, but is he in both?
Oh, I don't remember.
Because I get The Rock and Con Air mixed up. I haven't
another
seen...
big actor in The Rock, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, but I can't think of who. You look that up, and I'll look up what 1594 is. This is exciting, and you find the new actor yet?
No, I just got it.
So we landed on Saw 5.
Oh.
Which means we've got options here. I think we're just going to do Saw 3, but we could go, Return to Sleepaway Camp is right there, so we could do Sleepaway Camp 2 Unhappy Campers. I would highly recommend against it, because it sucks. We could do The Stranger, we're right next to The Strangers, which gives us The Strangers Prey at Night, which is actually a decent movie. Or we could go Taken, but I think we got to go Saw 3 here.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Because as for actors,
Saw 2 is I'm doing that with Josh after our hiatus in season 2 in case this episode comes out before that.
Yeah. As for actors, it's Sean Connery, Nick Cage, William Forsythe.
I know
Ed
the
Harris,
name. Ed Harris,
and
okay.
Michael
Ironside?
Biehn?
Oh, Michael Biehn. He's the guy from Aliens.
B-I-E-H-N.
He's Hicks or whatever in Aliens.
Is he?
Yeah, he's in the Terminator. I mean, he wasn't he's in the Abyss, I think. I thought he was just like a James Cameron guy. But apparently he's in one other movie. 155.
155. You're going to beat me to it.
Of course I am. Ooh, okay. We got The Angry Red Planet here. 1959.
Oh, I've never seen it.
I've never seen it. I'm gotta be honest. I'm just title alone. I'm tempted by the alligator people right above it. But given that I don't know anything more about that movie than I know about the Angry Red Planet, I say we just go the Angry Red Planet. I have seen The Bat, which is a pretty good public domain, like horror mystery film with Vincent Price. But I think we go Angry Red Planet here.
Okay, yeah, I'm fine with that.
You get some 50s sci-fi in there, and that's going to be because that's not like a level 50s sci-fi. So I think Saw 3 is the A feature there. Mm-hmm. But we can always change that. Okay, episode 3.16.
Girls Town, guns, girls, and gangsters.
Yeah, I've got a lot of like crap like that in those 50s kind of that classic era. Like I guess that's what like kind of passed as an exploitation movie in the 50s.
Teenage
right?
Caveman? What the
Listen.
Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, it's Teenage Caveman. What more do you need?
Yeah, it's Teenage Caveman, sure, yeah.
1817.
That is
Terminator Dark Fate.
Yes.
So we'll just do the Terminator.
The Terminator? Then. Yeah, I mean we probably should, right?
Yeah, I like Under the Silver Lake, but I mean it's the Terminator. The Terminator. We're getting some more Michael Biehn action, actually. Another
Bean.
Michael Biehn film. Yeah, Sean Bean as well. 790.
Oh my god, I'm scrolling all over this fucking place.
The Road Warrior, which would give us the first Mad Max movie. Or check out what this is in the middle of, though. There's Raiders of the Lost Ark and there's Scanners. That's a holy trinity right there.
Well, hold on a second.
I think we just do here's my reasoning why we do the first Mad Max movie. Because, I mean, Raiders of the Lost Ark is obviously the best movie of those.
Yeah.
But Terminator is an A movie. Mad Max, a bit of a second feature. Certainly more of a second feature than Raiders of the Lost Ark. Raiders of the Lost Ark would force the Terminator to be a second feature.
Scanners, a second feature.
Scanners, certainly in this scenario, would be a second feature. And, I mean, I don't really have too much for reasoning other than Mad Max is a little bit, a little more sleazy, a little more Ozploitation-y than...
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with Mad Max, to be honest.
Okay.
I like Mad Max.
And we can always do Raiders as a commentary track or anything, because I know you like that.
Oh, I love it. I grew up with it.
Okay. So the Terminator is going to be the first feature. Mad Max 1979 is the second feature. Episode 3.17. We're going to get the perils of Gwendolyn in the land of Yik Yak, aren't we? 1148. It's going to be a weird one, I think.
It is Murder Weapon, 1989.
Okay.
Don't know anything about it.
I do. I've mentioned... we could also do Elm Street 3. So this is tempting. This one's tough because Murder Weapon, David Dakota, Linnea Quigley, Karen Russell.
Okay, well, we have to do Murder
Lots
Weapon.
of sex.
We have to do Murder Weapon.
Well, but there's Elm Street 3, and there's You Only Live Twice because of License to Kill. Like, I'm okay with all three of these.
Wait,
Plus, let's look at Tubi. If Murder Weapon's on there, because with a movie like that, you have to worry a little bit about availability.
I hate when you type things into Tubi and they show you something that you're not looking for. Like I typed in Murder Weapon, nothing came up. I typed in Murder Weapon 1989 and I have The Black Cobra 3 Manila Connection.
Tubi's weird about that.
So no, I don't have it on Tubi, but I'm sure I could find it.
We're doing Murder Weapon. I'm running out of patience here with what's going on with Prime. Okay, Murder Weapon 1989. So a reuniting of the two of the stars of the first Vice Academy film, which is where I referenced that movie before. 783.
Oh, you're going to beat me. I'm not even looking at the screen. Oh, no. What is it?
Lady Chatterley's Lover, or My Bloody Valentine, or your personal favorite, Inseminoid.
Oh.
Here's the thing. I say we do Inseminoid, but those are both second features, so let's go back and turn down... And you are going to want to cover Inseminoid, not me, so I say we go Elm Street 3 instead of Murder Weapon. Does that make sense?
Fair. Yeah.
So we'll do Inseminoid.
Inseminoid.
Yeah, so let me cross Murder Weapon off the list. R.I.P. And then
But not for good, just our immediate
right,
list.
yeah, we'll get to it. Listen, we're one Elm Street closer to a Linnea Quigley cameo within that series too. So,
And
her breasts are visible in the fourth movie.
I want to point out Inseminoid, I think, was one of like the 6 movies. I was like, these have to be on the list.
Yes, exactly. So, Elm Street 3, clearly the A feature. Inseminoid, clearly the B feature. So that brings us to episode 3.18. 612 is the number.
The Enforcer, 1976. Never heard of it.
That's a Dirty Harry sequel. So we're doing Dirty Harry. Yeah.
Oh.
Or we could do a Black Emmanuel because Emmanuel and Bangkok is right there. Or we could do Exit the Dragon, Enter the Tiger, which is a Bruce Exploitation movie. But no, we're doing Dirty Harry.
Yeah, we
are doing Dirty Harry. Yeah, I would say that's the best Dirty Harry sequel. But obviously we got to start with the first one.
How did I not know that was a Dirty Harry sequel?
Because they're all confusing sequels. Or titles, I should say. Because Magnum Force is Dirty Harry 2. The Enforcer is Dirty Harry 3. Sudden Impact is Dirty Harry 4. That's the Go Ahead Make My Day one. And then the Deadpool is Dirty Harry 5 with Liam Neeson and Jim Carrey in that movie.
Oh.
854 just goes to tell you how kind of long the Dirty Harry sequel stretched if Jim Carrey shows up in a Dirty Harry movie. 854. We got Deathstalker, so we can do The Deadly Spawn, we can do Flashdance, or we can do Deathstalker 2. I'm comfortable with Deathstalker 2.
I am as well.
Deathstalker
so it's not
2
as good as Deathstalker 1.
Deathstalker 2 is the best Deathstalker movie, I think. 4 was okay, too. So Dirty Harry's the A feature here.
And I will say that all the Deathstalker movies are on Tubi in Canada.
Okay, yeah, because they've been there, they haven't been there. Because I think back when I originally watched the first Deathstalker, I probably saw it on Prime. It was probably before I knew about Tubi. And then when I got interested and knew that there were other Deathstalker movies, I tried to watch them on Tubi, and I think they only had like 2 or 3 at the time, but like a year later, the 4th one was on there or something. So it's confusing. Okay. 154. The Alligator People.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Or we could do Teenage Caveman or The Bat. I vote The Alligator People. Check Tubi quick, by the way.
Oh yeah, for The Alligator People.
It's probably a movie that's on there. I don't know. We're doing it regardless because it's The Alligator People, but.
Come on, Tubi. The Alligator People. No, but I have Predator Pets.
Oh God, I don't want that. Okay, we'll find a way to watch.
It's Harvey Weinstein on a leash.
We'll find a way to watch The Alligator People.
Yeah, I'm sure
find a way. Okay, the next one I've already pulled up to it while you are looking at The Alligator People, but 677 gives us Martin, the 1978 George A. Romero vampire classic. And
yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, obviously, and I don't want to talk about The Mountain of the Cannibal God. That's Ursula Andress is in it, but I think she might get. There's like people having sex with pigs in that movie. It's just it's an Amazon cannibal movie. It's like the worst genre of film for a reason. I mean, like, so Martin, between the two of these, especially since I don't even know what The Alligator People is, Martin is the A feature here.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah, that's a fair assumption.
Yeah, just let me look up. Is it like a? I'm just The Alligator People. Wikipedia. It might be Roger Corman. Roy Del Ruth director. Uncredited writer. That's a great sign. Lon Chaney Jr.'s in it. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
That's where his career was in the late 50s. Okay, I see how they got
sewers with Alligator People.
I see how they could afford him for Spider Baby now. Okay. 1768 is the next film.
1768. That is Puppet Master, Axis Termination.
Okay, so this gives us Puppet Master 3. Or we could do One Cut of the Dead, or I don't really know anything about Tokyo Ghoul. One Cut of the Dead is pretty good, but I'm happy with Puppet Master 3, I think.
Well, all three of those movies I haven't seen, so let's do Puppet Master 3.
Puppet Master 3 is, I think, the best Puppet Master. It's, there's Puppet Masters versus Nazis kind of thing. And
I'm already in.
yeah, there's some fun, Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade on a budget, Nazi stuff in it. Kind of, that's how I would describe it as. 302. Django Kill, If You Live, You Shoot, which is an unofficial Django sequel. So you want to just do
Death Rides a Horse.
Death Rides a Horse is a pretty good spaghetti western. But and Double Trouble's an Elvis movie. I say we just do the first Django.
Okay.
1966 Django. And that's going to be the A feature. Okay.
Dude, what the Patrick? I'm looking at all the other names. Riot on Sunset Strip. That one's fine.
That's
Riot
on Sunset
Girls
Strip.
Stroke Prehistoric Women.
That's a classic. I think that's a Hammer. I think that's I haven't seen it, but we gotta watch that one. Yeah, there's some weird titles in here, folks. Django Kill, If You Live, You Shoot. That's a great title. Okay, next one. So this is going to be episode 321. 1499.
Good year. That is Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. Or we could do another Puppet Master.
No, we're not doing back-to-back Puppet. No, it's not happening.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003.
Okay. Which would mean Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1974. So I think the play here is either Terminator 2 or the first Texas Chainsaw.
Let's do Texas Chainsaw.
Okay, yeah, because I think I agree with that too, because we're doing the Terminator already this season. So Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is number 555 there, which means you can't call it because it's a fake number. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1974. That's chainsaw with 2 words, whereas the remake is chainsaw is 1 word, and the newest one is chainsaw is 1 word, and they don't even have the. It's funny. It's like you think they all have the same title. Technically, there are differences in the titles. But you have to be a fucking loser like myself to notice that. 161.
Oh, man.
Girlstown.
No, it isn't, is it?
Girlstown. Well, here's the thing. Girlstown isn't what it sounds like, I guess, for lack of a better term. I mean, it's not really an exploitation. It's Mamie Van Doren, but she's like it's kind of like a teen-sploitation thing where she's like a it's a Mystery Science Theater episode, but she's a kind of a juvenile delinquent that they like send to like a Christian school. And then there's also, who was the pop star at the time? It's Paul Anka is in it. Canadian icon.
Really?
Paul Anka has like a major role.
Interesting.
That having been said,
what's the giant Gila monster?
it's what I vote for. It's one of the classic terrible B-movie monster movies. I think it's just a more enjoyable movie than Girlstown. Guns, Girls, Gangsters, I don't fucking know. I think that sounds like it'd probably be a Roger Corman movie.
I'm fine with the giant Gila monster.
Giant Gila monster. Okay, that's also a Mystery Science Theater episode, I believe. So we're going Texas Chainsaw as the A movie, which is very weird to say. But, you know. Okay, this is going to be the last episode we draft for here. Episode 3.22.
Big money, big money.
Okay, so what are you hoping for here?
Oh, man.
If you had to...
I don't know. I'm just on the edge of my seat, man. I can't even pick one.
I think I'm feeling... You know, it's been a while since we've done an Emmanuel movie. I know it's on the season, but I'm okay with an Emmanuel too coming at this point. But no, I'm okay with a lot of things. I would like the next Friday the 13th movie we have is the final chapter, one of the best. Would be happy with that. Be happy with Jurassic Park for a few dollars more. So, I mean, there's Back to the Future, so many stuff that I can't really turn down. 17. 82.
Oh.
I was being dramatic. May the Devil Take You.
I don't know what it is, but it sounds interesting.
I know it's a foreign movie. Yeah, I'm kind of excited about Mandy. May the Devil Take You.
No, veto. I call veto. I want the Meg.
Oh, that's the one I'm least interested in of the three.
Have you seen the Meg?
I have. I don't.
Oh, okay.
Here's the reason why I vote Mandy. Let me make my case here.
Okay.
It's guaranteed to be on Shudder because like Shudder has exclusive rights to it. So I'm just thinking from like a purely
Okay. You know that's. I'll be honest. I like the Meg for what it is. I have never heard.
I mean,
of
it's
May the
all
Devil
yeah.
Take You.
It's the Meg, right? I mean, it's like a
yeah. But I've also never seen Mandy, and this will give me a great excuse to watch Mandy.
Yeah, and Mandy is a good movie. It's it's the second Nicolas Cage film of the season behind Face Off. It's the first one where he doesn't play John Travolta, so that's always a good sign. Okay, this last one, Mandy. Also, I think maybe even the Meg too would have given us this. Maybe even May the Devil Take You. Some flexibility. Can be a first movie, can be a second movie.
Yeah,
It's best thematically, in terms of like the genre and everything, as a second movie. But it's recent. It's relatively popular. You know, if we get something really fucking weird, that we can slide Mandy in it as the first feature. And let's see if we have something really weird, because we have number 394.
Oh my god, so far down the list. Oh, I exited out of the list. Damn it.
Oh, okay, well, I'll tell you what it is. Give me a second. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, Teddy.
It's the big boss. It's Bruce Lee. We did it. We got back to him. We got back to our boy. He's back.
Hey.
We could also do... it's also right next to The Big Dollhouse, which means we would do the kind of sequel to that, The Big Birdcage, but I'm not turning down The Big Boss.
No, I we can't turn down a Bruce Lee movie. Bruce Lee.
It's a proper Bruce Lee movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think there's. I'll put that as the A movie. Mandy is the B, but we can go back. We can change that. So that means the rest of our episodes that season will be determined later, because that is going to be you and me are picking the movies that we would like to pick, which I'm not tying you into saying you have to pick them now. But reminder, your next Bond movie is going to be You Only Live Twice. Just keep that in mind if you want to pick a Bond movie.
Yep.
Or
oh, that's right, because we've got Thunderball on the list now, right?
Yeah, because I'm keeping that in mind, because if I go Friday the 13th, or if I go Dollars Trilogy, obviously it's for a few dollars more. And then we'll have our patrons pick a pairing. You can give us one of the Black Emanuel movies if you want to. I mean, it's I don't think you will, but maybe. You can give us something really weird if you want. You can give us Guns, Girls, and Gangsters. You can give us, The Perils of Gwendolyn in the Land of Yik Yak, directed by Just Jackin. I mean, you can really go all out. I will be sharing this list on Patreon, so you can see exactly what you are nominating, and we will eventually have a vote. And then we'll have a Season 3 recap at the end of things, where we can discuss if Emmanuel makes our top 10, or if Face Off, or we got an interesting season here.
Yeah, I think we do. I think
we got Mandy, we got Emmanuel, we got Inseminoid, we got Animal House, we got two Mummy movies, both from the Hammer era. We got Bruceploitation paired with Emmanuel. That's fascinating.
Sure, it'll be good.
Yeah, we got two Halloween movies. I wasn't even thinking of that, because we have Halloween 3 and 4. Only 6 episodes apart from each other. So, anyways, Jim, thank you for joining me on this kind of random-ass episode. And I'm not even sure if it is an episode or if we'll just post it on Patreon, but it's been fun.
As always, thanks for having me.
Like I said, this was a glimpse into how the sausage is made. A little bit of we kind of abused our veto power, I think. But it's understandable given some of the selections that we landed on, but also what was immediately next to us. I mean, think of it. We almost vetoed to get the alligator people, and then we got the alligator people like a few later. That's amazing.
Karma was on our side for sure.
I guess so. Yeah, because we kept finding Just Jackin' and all the Emmanuel movies and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what I'll call them.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoy our 3rd season whenever that comes out, probably in October.
Well, talk to you soon, everybody.